These two unstoppable forces face off. Just one moment of weakness will decide everything. As the battle unfolds, who will be the ultimate victor? Cape Buffalo versus Lion. Battle for survival in the wild. Okavango. In the heart of southern Africa, where the arid desert of Botswana suddenly gives way to a vast watery maze, the Okavango appears like a living mirage. Every flood season, the river from Angola overflows, carving out winding channels, flooded reed beds and marshy grasslands that stretch to the horizon. This giant oasis is home to hundreds of species of animals, from mighty herds of Cape buffalo and giant elephants to lions, hyenas, and leopards that lurk in the shadows. But this abundance is also the cause of countless battles for survival, where the strong do not necessarily survive, and all creatures must find a wise way to survive. Here, a force is born with pure strength, a herd of Cape buffalo, leisurely eating in the middle of a grass field. This is the last rainy season. The grass grows thick, and there are enough fresh water pools for the herd of hundreds to live healthily. But it is also at this time that the males will enter the peak season of fighting for power. Because the ruler will lead the herd to the best food source and win the right to mate with the strongest females. The Cape buffalo is a muscular mass, about 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder, weighing an average of 500 to more than 900 kilograms. The horns curve widely to both sides and then point upwards like a sickle. In the middle they combine to form a thick mass called the boss. The bone armor is strong enough to withstand the fatal gore of its own kind. Their weapons are not claws or fangs like predators, but giant horns. In the middle of the herd, two adult male buffaloes are standing opposite each other. They don't need words. Just look at their eyes and posture and they know. Today, one of them will take the lead, and the other will have to stand on the sidelines. The surrounding space suddenly becomes quiet. The sound of birds recedes. The female buffalo herd moves to the two sides. Then the horns clash. Neither will give in. Not only to defeat the opponent, but also to declare, "I am the leader." This is not simply a test of strength, but a life and death match that determines power, mating rights, and the future of the herd. In Cape Buffalo, the mating season often coincides with the time when the Okavango grasslands are at their greenest, at the end of the rainy season. This is an evolutionary strategy. When food sources are abundant, the female will have enough nutrients to nourish the fetus and give the young a strong start. The winning male will have the opportunity to mate with several females, but not all will accept them immediately. They often choose males who demonstrate strength, endurance, and the ability to protect the herd from predators. Mating occurs quickly, but the preparation process can last for weeks. The buffalo herd is united as a unified block, protecting the new generation in the center, where it is safest. They are extremely protective of their young. Not only the mother, but the whole herd will surround her, using strength and horns to fight off predators. Power struggles within the herd are just part of life here. For Cape Buffalo, maintaining dominance is never the end of the challenge. Out there, the Okavango grasslands always have greater dangers, coming from patient and wise predators. In the distance, the lions have been watching, waiting for this moment of weakness. Attacking a strong, organized herd of buffalo is suicidal, but attacking a herd of buffalo whose ranks were in disarray, it was a golden opportunity. The herd's attention was focused on the threat ahead when two other lions slipped silently around the flanks. They moved low, almost blending into the grass, silently blocking escape routes. Their target was not the leader buffalo, but a less fortunate individual who had strayed slightly from the main defense. While the strong leader buffalo pushed back the lions, the encirclement on this side was now closed, and the largest and most powerful lions were making their move. The atmosphere around is tense. The lions charge in unison. It is too late for fierce resistance. The hunt is over. The confidence of the Cape buffalo when facing Africa's #1 predator comes from its superior physical strength. Weighing up to nearly a ton, the thick muscles and curved horns fused at the forehead form a shield as hard as steel. This is an effective defensive and offensive weapon, capable of causing serious injury to the predator. But in nature, individual strength can hardly defeat a disciplined organization. The lion pride always relies on intelligence and coordination, applying pressure from many directions and maintaining the siege until the prey is exhausted. It is this tactic that makes them the only opponent in the Okavango capable of taking down the Cape buffalo, lions. The only big cats that live in groups. They have a muscular body, strong hind legs for jumping, and fangs up to 8 centimeters long, enough to pierce the throat of their prey. Thus in the pride, each lion knows his role clearly. The fastest one approaches from the front, drawing the prey's gaze. The other two silently approach on both sides, blocking the escape route. When the target loses balance, the strongest one delivers the finishing blow. Everything happens neatly, without the need for calls or signals. They only attack when the buffalo herd is careless. A young buffalo separates from the herd, or an individual is tired. This patience can last for hours. That is why in the Okavango, very few species can withstand the tactics of the lion pride. The sun gradually sets. Golden light spreads across the Okavango grasslands. Further south, a gentle wind makes the grass ripple like water. The roars have receded, giving way to another rhythm of life on the savannah. On a dry stretch of land where the grass is lower and the view is wide open, a slender figure glides by. The cheetah. The fastest animal in the natural world. It lacks the overwhelming power of a lion, but it makes up for it with speed and ruthless precision. It has a physique that is very different from other big cats in Africa. Its body is long, its legs are long and muscular towards the hindquarters, its spine is flexible like a spring, and its long tail provides balance when changing direction at high speeds. Its pale yellow fur is dotted with round black spots that help it blend into the dry grass, while 2 black streaks run from the corners of its eyes to the edge of its mouth, reducing glare when hunting during the day. These features, combined with a wide chest containing a large heart and lungs, help the cheetah reach speeds of 95 to 110 km/h in a few seconds, but can only maintain a short sprint of about 200 to 300 meters. This speed is enough to make it a fast killer, but it also requires precise timing, because a missed chase will cost it a lot of energy. Unlike lions that hunt in groups, cheetahs are solitary hunters. In the distance, a herd of impalas are leisurely grazing. They do not know that from behind the low grass. The cheetah's yellow eyes have been following every move. Its body is pressed close to the ground, moving so lightly that it does not shake a blade of grass. Meter by meter, it shortens the distance, keeping the wind blowing from in front of it so that the scent is not detected. Suddenly, the cheetah rushes away. A swipe of its front legs makes the impala lose balance, and its jaws quickly close in on its prey. The hunt ends quickly. The cheetah drags its prey into the hidden grass to begin the feast. But in the Okavango, peace rarely lasts long. Nearby, a few baboons had stopped mid-move. They stood upright on their hind legs, eyes fixed on the hunt, short calls alerting the group. Some watched curiously, others kept a safe distance. For them, it was both a sight to behold and a reminder that a predator was nearby. The air changed. The leopard's eyes darted around. The scent of blood had drawn the intruders. From the edge of the grasslands, short, high-shouldered figures with mottled fur approached. Spotted hyenas, Africa's largest scavenger. Their sturdy bodies with high shoulders and low, sloping hips gave them a powerful thrust with their front legs. Their jaws are among the strongest in the animal world, capable of crushing large bones in seconds. They live in packs, have a strict hierarchy, and coordinate their hunting as effectively as lions. Every step they take is a declaration of war. They do not hide, do not rush, because they know that their collective strength and aggression will make many run away. Today's battle to steal the prey is inevitable. It advances without hesitation, because it knows that the cheetah, no matter how fast, will find it difficult to fight back against the pressure of the pack. The cheetah stands up, takes a few steps back. Alone. It cannot confront the steel jaws and wild laughter echoing from many directions. The whole pack of hyenas rushes forward to close in. In this world, wisdom is often knowing when to retreat. After just a few tense seconds, the leopard was forced to abandon its feast, quietly disappearing into the grass, leaving the battlefield for the newcomers. In this moment, they were turning the cheetah's spoils into a common feast. In the Okavango, every time the spotted hyena appeared, the balance of power at the survival table changed. The hunters were not always the eaters, and for them, opportunities always opened up from the failures of others. On the Okavango grassland, the afternoon light gradually faded, bringing with it a cool breeze that slithered through the tall grass. The herd of buffalo, which had just escaped the fierce chase of the morning, was now slowly returning to familiar territory. The afternoon sunlight had lost its brilliance, bringing with it a false quiet. For the buffalo, the price of surviving a day was too high. They had lost a member to the lions, and now, with their formation compromised, they needed to find a safe place. They move in groups of several dozen to hundreds of individuals, with females and calves in the middle, and the strong bulls forming the outer ring as bodyguards. But on this step, weakness attracts predators from all over, and the danger does not come only from the giants. From afar, ghosts appear and disappear. African wild dogs. They do not need to hide like leopards, but their striped coat with random patches of brown, black and white completely breaks the body's lines, making them blend strangely into the dry grass. With large, round ears like two satellite dishes and a lean body, they appear and disappear in the steppe. These are the marathon runners of the hunting world. Not possessing the strength of lions, their weapons are endless endurance and a ruthlessly coordinated strategy. They immediately recognize the easiest target. The baby buffalo and its mother slow down, having separated from the herd. They did not attack in a massed attack, but began a calculated chase. The wild dogs charged in. In a moment of chaos, all the mother buffalo's defenses collapsed. Just hours after the first tragedy, the calf became a meal for the ferocious wild dogs. In the Okavango's final and harshest lesson, in this cycle of life and death, a small crack is enough to shatter an entire defensive shield. As the last light of dusk fell on the Okavango Savannah, the story of the Cape Buffalo herd revealed a cruel truth. In this world, a small crack is enough to collapse an entire fortress. This is a microcosm of the entire Okavango, where strength, intelligence, speed and opportunity constantly collide. Each species, from hunter to prey, is a warrior forced to perfect its survival strategy every day, because a single miscalculation can cost lives. They are the warriors who write the epic of life on this great stage. In all those fierce confrontations, which moment left the deepest impression on you? Share your feelings in the comment section. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to continue exploring the incredible stories from the heart of the wild world with us. The Serengeti grasslands, where every ray of morning sunlight pierces through the golden grass, and every gust of wind carries the fierce roar of the rulers. Here, all life is balanced by a cruel law. Only the strongest have the right to survive. From here, their arduous journey begins, a journey woven with blood, sweat, and survival instinct. This is not just a story about lions, but an epic of nature, where life and death intertwine, and where each roar is an undeniable declaration. The king of the savannah has risen. The journey to become the king of the savannah. In a corner of the forest, where the light rarely reaches, a mother lion lies on dry grass, her body trembling after the tiring journey of giving birth. Beside her are 3 newly born lion cubs. The cubs are born with their eyes closed, their bodies small and weak. They cannot feed or protect themselves. All they have is a thin coat with small spots, a camouflage feature that helps them hide in the dense grass. During the first few weeks, the mother lion must separate herself from the pride. This is not only to protect the cubs from outside dangers, but also to avoid the attention of the males in the pride. An adult male, if he discovers that his cubs are not his own, will not hesitate to kill them. Not far from where the mother lion is hiding, a hyena is sniffing the scent of colostrum. Its eyes glow in the darkness, each step slow but full of calculation. The mother lion, with her sharp instincts, quickly realizes the danger. As the hyena just pokes its head into the bush, the mother lion charges at terrifying speed. The roar echoes throughout the area, sending predators running. This is the first lesson for the cubs. Life in the Serengeti is not for the weak. The mother lion hardly leaves her cubs during the first weeks. Every moment she has to be alert to every sound, every movement. Her eyes constantly scan the surroundings, ready to rush into any battle to protect her cubs. But in the Serengeti, danger always lurks. And this is just the beginning of the challenges. At 6 weeks old, the cubs are old enough to leave their den and follow their mother back to the pride. This is an important milestone in their journey to adulthood, where the world opens up to them for the first time. The pride is not only a place of protection, but also the first school for the cubs. Each adult female in the pride acts as a nanny. They gently guide the cubs to recognize each other, understand the language of growling and territorial signs. The cubs, with their curious nature, begin to explore their surroundings. They stumble and roll on the ground, but their eyes are full of excitement. One morning, while the herd was resting by the river, a small herd of antelopes approached the hunting area. The adult females quickly dispersed, forming a hunting formation. In curiosity, a clumsy cub ran after its mother. Its small legs were unsteady, making loud noises on the ground. The herd of antelopes were startled and ran away. The mother lion, instead of scolding, gently led her cub back to the herd. This was the first lesson for them to understand that on the savannah, every action must be carefully calculated. Not all cubs integrate easily into the herd. Some are often ignored or even yelled at by the adults. This is nature's way of teaching them that patience and adaptability are vital factors. Every day the cubs learn a little more, each small but meaningful step, preparing for the arduous journey of adulthood ahead. As dawn spread across the Serengeti, the lions awoke. This was no ordinary morning. After days of starvation, the pride decided to set their sights on a bigger target, a massive herd of buffalo grazing nearby. Weighing up to 700 kilos, buffalo are not easy prey. They are strong, have sharp horns, and always travel in herds. But for the lions, it was the biggest test of coordination and hunting skills. From a distance, the adult females of the pride began to observe the buffalo herd. They did not rush to attack. Instead, each one moved silently through the bushes, closing the distance without making any noise. Behind, the young lions also watched the hunt. This was their first real lesson in understanding that hunting is not only about strength, but also the art of patience and calculation. A lioness paused, her eyes fixed on an old buffalo at the edge of the herd. This was the ideal target, large but slow, and also the one most likely to be left behind when the herd fled. The remaining lions understood their comrade's signal. Each individual began to move, forming a circle around the herd. With slow steps, they closed the distance, keeping their concentration high, but giving no sign of it. A lioness took the lead, charging out from the bushes, causing the herd to panic. The buffaloes scattered, creating a chaotic scene of pounding hooves. The lions quickly focused on their target, the old buffalo that had fallen behind. The mother lioness leaped up, digging her claws into the buffalo's back, while the other members of the pride rushed forward, biting into its legs and neck. The buffalo fought back fiercely, using all her strength to throw one of the lions off its back. But the coordinated efforts of the lions gradually exhausted it. Meanwhile, a young lion, stimulated by the noise, decided to test its strength. It aimed at another young buffalo that was running by. But with its inexperience and lack of speed, it was quickly thrown away by a powerful kick from the buffalo. The mother lion immediately rushed in, not only protecting her cub, but also reminding the young lion that haste can cost its life. This was the first practical lesson for the young lion to understand that hunting does not only rely on strength, but also requires coordination and precision. The old buffalo, despite its strength and effort, was finally unable to resist the perfect coordination of the lions. One lioness bit hard on its neck, while the others held its legs, forcing it to submit. When the buffalo fell, the lion's loud roar broke the tense atmosphere. This was not only the sound of victory, but also a signal to call their cubs to share their share. The lions quickly gathered around the spoils. The cubs, although not directly participating in the hunt, were allowed to approach to enjoy. They bit and tore off pieces of meat, learning how to handle the prey under the strict observation of their mother. For the young lions, this was not only a sumptuous meal, but also a valuable lesson in coordination, patience, and even danger when facing powerful prey. Although they were the rulers of the savannah, the lions could not avoid the dangers lurking from challengers, both from within and without. On a quiet night on the savannah, when the lions were sleeping after a sumptuous meal, the hyena's long howl echoed in the darkness. That sharp sound was not only a signal of danger, but also a challenge. A pack of more than 20 hyenas were approaching, the smell of the remaining meat of the meal stimulating them. With overwhelming numbers, they were not afraid of the lions. For them, this was an opportunity to seize food without having to hunt. The alpha male of the lion pride, sensing the danger, stood up and let out a majestic roar. But the hyenas, with boldness and patience, continued to advance. The battle began when a hyena rushed in, trying to approach the carcass of a remaining antelope. Immediately, the mother lion rushed forward, her sharp claws digging deep into the challenger, forcing the hyena to retreat. But the hyenas never acted alone. They quickly surrounded, aiming for the gaps between the members of the lion pride. A cub, separated from the group, became an ideal target. The hyena charged, but the mother lion appeared in time. With a precise pounce, it knocked down the lead hyena, forcing the entire pride to retreat. Although they won, the lions were not unscathed. The leader male had one ear torn off, and the mother lion had deep scratches on her shoulder. But for the cubs, this was the first lesson for them to understand that strength comes not only from muscles, but also from unity. When they reach about 2 to 3 years old, the young male lions in the pride must leave. This is not only a natural law, but also a way for them to begin their journey to find new territories and prides. Away from the protection of their mothers and prides, young male lions enter a world full of challenges. They have to hunt for food on their own, face hunger and thirst, and avoid larger predators. During that journey, young males often join together, forming small groups to increase their chances of survival. A group of young male lions can hunt together and challenge other male leaders to take over the pride. After many months of wandering, a strong young male lion returns to the savannah where he was born. But this time, he is no longer a cub. Facing the male leader, he lets out a powerful roar, an undeniable challenge. A battle breaks out between the two giants, the sound of claws clashing, powerful bites shaking the entire savannah. Finally, after precise and decisive attacks, the young male lion wins. The old male is chased away and the pride accepts the new king. With a loud roar, the young male declares his power, opening a new era. In that place, the cycle of life never stops. A new king is crowned, but the responsibility of protecting the pride and facing challenges has just begun. Meanwhile, a new litter of lion cubs is born, bringing new hope and vitality to the pride. The Serengeti, with all its harshness and wild beauty, is a place where endless stories of life and death are written. Each roar echoes a reminder that though life is short, the spirit and strength of the lion will live forever.